Hi. First of all, my voice is completely screwed up. I am still out in Miami. I just finished 4 days at Wodapalooza. It's one of the biggest CrossFit events, and I came out here with my friends Uno Mas. It's a clothing brand that I've been doing some design work for, as well as the branding. But my friend Anthony owns the company. I've known him practically my whole life. I think I was like 16 years old when we met. You also might notice I am not dressed like I am in Miami. It's been freakishly cold, and I don't think that helped my voice at all, as I've had to talk for 4 days straight.
Shut up.
But I made some tea, so this should help. So yeah, as most of you guys know, I am not really big into working out. I'm not in CrossFit. It's just never been something that I have been extremely interested in. Anthony started CrossFit about a year and a half ago, and we come from like a skateboarding and, music and tattoo kind of background. And he didn't feel like there was a lot of options for artwork on t-shirts for him to like feel like, he was being true to himself while starting this new thing. So he reached out to me with this idea to draw a kettlebell with a skull on it, and he wanted to make his own t-shirt that he could wear. But as he wore it to the gym, people started telling him like, yo, we need this shirt. This is super dope. So he decided to print a couple more of them, started selling them to his friends, and had no idea at that moment he was starting a clothing company. Uno Mas means one more, and it's kind of a philosophy that he takes into going into this new exercise endeavor, but also other things in life. Like, you're not going to start out a pro, and the only thing that you can do is your maximum effort and then just add one. And that's the only way that you get better. And I think that's really cool. You can apply that to a lot of things. I can apply that to things that I do. When you want to get better at something, you just have to try a little bit harder every time, and that is how you make progress. So I really liked the idea when he brought it to me, and we came up with this logo that was a mixture of the plus sign and the infinity sign. So you're just going to do +1, Uno Mas, forever. So here we are, just over a year later, and we are at this huge CrossFit event because Anthony is super good at making connections and being real with people and genuinely making friendships with people and not being afraid to talk to them. So at another event, he met somebody who worked for Wodapalooza. When he signed up for his vendor space, they actually replied back and said, what if you get a double-sized booth and do tattoos in the booth at the event? So, we're not people who back down. So Anthony was up for the challenge. He partnered with a really, really awesome tattoo shop here in Miami called Rich and Flesh. And we were able to set up the booth with the extra space for a tattoo shop at this event. I mean, it was so cool. So we ended up making a new t-shirt specifically for this trip to Miami, but trying not to make it like overly about the event. So we just decided to team up the kettlebell skull with a really cool pink flamingo floaty, and we got it printed on shirts and stickers and stuff, and it was a huge hit. And so like all day long, all 4 days, people were coming in, grabbing the pink flamingo shirt along with these awesome like sun hats that Anthony got made. People were lining up to come and get tattoos. It was just so cool because there were some designs that were like specific to CrossFit and working out, but we also had our artwork on there, including the kettlebell skull, which some people actually did get tattooed. It was just amazing watching these people come in here and connect with us and wanting to get our art, wanting to get something to just commemorate this experience. And on top of everything, the actual event reached out and said, hey, what if you let people get the Wodapalooza logo tattooed, and if they do it, we will give them free tickets for life.
What?
So that also turned out to be a really, really cool draw, and I want to say 15 people actually did that. But I mean, they tattooed so many people. Rich and Flesh had 3 or 4 artists working at one time, but they brought in multiple really, really talented people to just come in and bang out these tattoos all day. I mean, they were hustling, working super hard. It was really awesome. And it was a great way to draw people into the booth and get them checking out our stuff. And I mean, we had so many new people come in, people who had not heard of the brand that were like super excited to hear the story, talk to us, meet us. And it was great because, you know, it's not my brand, but I feel like a part of it because Anthony lets me draw up my own things. And there's very little revisions because, you know, he's giving me ideas and then I'm just like doing them in the way that I see them. And it's just like a perfect collaboration. So I mean, I'm super thankful that he offered me this opportunity to come out on this trip because it's just been so cool to be able to see their world. Like, I'm not in the CrossFit world and I don't belong here, but all these people made me feel like I did. It was really awesome. They were so accepting and just like cool. And I was very surprised. Like, I'm typically a little bit cynical when it comes to athletics because I am not athletic. I'm not an athlete. I've never done any sports or anything. And since there's competitions, my brain goes to thinking everybody's gonna be like super aggro. But everybody was awesome. They were super nice. I met a lot of really great people. And it was really cool because there's a lot of artists and designers in this world too who are doing videography, motion graphics, graphic design. And I got to meet some of these people too and cross over my worlds here. And it was awesome because these people were genuinely excited to talk to me about design stuff. And so it was like I didn't feel out of place at all ever. I mean, at least until I saw everybody's muscles and tan bodies because I am not that at all. But yeah, it's been such an awesome experience and the event is over, but everything was super cool. They had an after party. It's been a really great experience and I'm still in Miami and I'm gonna be here for a couple of days, but I just wanted to like recap how this went and how it came about. This event is something completely different that I've never done before. And I already have the next thing lined up that is another world that I have no business in, that I have no experience with, but I get to go in and find out about it. And I'm really excited now after doing this. Like, I think it's super cool to learn from people about their world. It's like watching a documentary in real life is the only way that I can put it. So I've put out a couple things on social media, but I'm editing together a nice, quick little recap. Future Nick here. I'm actually home editing this video. It took a lot longer than I was hoping it would. So I was originally going to put together my recap of the whole event and put it at the end of this video, but it's taking more time than I want, and I want to get this vlog out there. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop this. So you will be seeing this probably a few days before the full recap is done. And make sure to hit that subscribe and bell so you can be notified when it drops right here. All right, guys, thank you so much for checking out my video. And like always, we'll catch you on the next one.